Premium cat food brand Untamed has raised £10 million from investors in order to expand its offering both geographically and into the retail sector. Untamed is a D2C subscription cat food brand that delivers pantry fresh food to 80,000 cats monthly across the UK. The company plans to use the new capital to further propel its D2C offering, branch into retail distribution, and in time expand into new geographies. The Series B investment round was led by New York-based Coefficient Capital, which has previously backed brands including Nom Nom and Oatly, which is down the pan if you follow the stock market, as well as further contributions from early investors Five Seasons Ventures and Redrise. The latest round brings total funding for Untamed to 23 million since 2020. Marco Pacifici, co-founder and CEO, said, "We are excited to have Coefficient Capital join us on our mission on bringing an ancestrally inspired diet to cats across the UK and beyond." Subscription, cat food, Untamed. What do you think? New round of capital, more money poured into the venture. This is a similar space to the dog D2C model, but it's slightly different because obviously cats are a bit more finicky, and I don't think, as you have pointed out in the past, that cat parents are as sanguine about nutrition as dog parents. Is that fair? What do you think about the whole thing?
Yeah, so I think, look, the problem with the cat market is it's primarily grocery, and I think, look, as you will know from being a retailer, that the amount of cat customers you get compared to dog, when you take the natural actual split, which is actually out there, is completely off. Like, because cat people go through grocery, and the problem is with grocery products is it relies more on marketing than it does on ingredients. So I'm not as, like, just theoretically, I'm not as against Untamed as I am against some of the other dog subscription models, because I think there's already good information and good quality products in pet stores across the country for dogs, whereas I think the cat market is lacking more. And I think they've also talked about, I think, not just having a D2C model, but also trying to get it into store. But the only thing I would say is just logistically, I think cat owners are a lot harder to sort of get through to compared to dog owners, because dog owners, they're way more into their nutritional side. They're way more open to feeding better quality foods, whereas cats are, it's all about palatability to cats. And I think the problem is that if you've got a cat that's on Felix or on Whiskers or something like this, the chances of them actually switching over easily to a new product is a lot harder. It's a much tougher ask unless the product is so palatable. And I think that's really where the cat D2C model struggles. Because dogs, look, most dogs will generally eat most things. Like, I mean, you get fussy dogs, but it's not on the same level, if you know what I mean. Cats will literally just not eat the food. So, I think it's I'd like to see it work more than I would like to see one of the dog D2C brands succeed. But I think it's still a tough ask, because I think you've got a much less discerning customer base, combined with an animal that is a lot more fussy when the food comes.
An interesting behavior I've been seeing for years in our branches is that customer will come in, they'll spend £100 on a bag of dog food and treats, so they leave spending £120, £130 every 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, and this goes on for years or months on end, and then you find out they've got a cat and they feed the cat Felix or whatever, and they have already been indoctrinated by our social media presence of the power of ingredients and, what to look up for, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't really occur to them that the cat also has these dietary requirements. And so that's really, really interesting. It's always puzzled me as to how people can not make the connection between dog and cat nutrition. And, why do you think that is? Is it like complete unawareness? Is it that cats don't really, they're a bit aloof? It's just the inherent nature of cats, of them being outdoors and them like sodding off for a couple of days and then coming in, whereas the dog is in bed with you, as it were, every night.
Yeah, I think there's a big cultural difference between how we treat cats and how we treat dogs, and I think that is changing because you are seeing a lot more cats staying in the house now rather than, if you went back 25 years in this country, all cats more or less were outside, whereas that's not so much the case anymore. But if you went back, like, I mean, look, I lived in Ireland as a kid, and like everyone just used to let their dogs roam because that was the normal thing. And like now, dogs are indoors. They're in your bed. They're your babies and all the rest of it. And that is happening to cats, but we're a long way behind on the curve with cats compared to dogs. And I think a lot of it is, if you think about the dog foods that were successful 25 years ago, you're talking about, like in modern day terms, the premium dog foods of 25 years ago, and in modern days, mid range at best. So it's like the needs as they become culturally a stronger part of the family, more intricate in how we think about things. We're prepared to spend more money on them. Then we're prepared to put more work in terms of what we're feeding, looking after them, etc., etc., etc. Whereas cats haven't hit that level yet in the same numbers. So there is like, you will find that cat raw food sells. That high meat based cat treats will sell, but just as a percentage of the cat population, it's just much less than let's say the bulk of where it's going.